SC2-eStar take on eSuba. The victors come out and head into the first division, joining today Skillforge and Team Extreme Supremacy have already made that journey into the first division today. LDLC versus Mouse Control is currently playing right now as well. Unfortunately, because of this, because of the match has taken longer than expected, we won't be able to stream that match. So unfortunately, there's just nothing we can do about that other than to wish them both the best of luck. So, we're going to jump on into this first game. It's going to be Aquaron versus Next for this, and let's jump into it. So, representing APSC2 and eStar in the upper left-hand corner, it's the yellow Terran player, Aquaron. Giving us a TVZ to start things off, because in the upper right-hand corner is the teal Zerg player from eSuba. Intel, it's Next. eSuba unfortunately dropped out of the first division last season, and as you can see right now, they have not made it back there just yet. I believe they forfeited in the invite-only qualifier, which they were a part of. I believe they were having issues, you know, with their team, and they had a bit of a reshuffle. I think they kind of merged their main team and academy team. The academy team always had like the sickest management, like really sick management, and like now I think they're all together. I think the main team were originally struggling to actually always have enough players on and stuff, so I think they've merged a bit now, and at least eSuba Academy hasn't signed up for the second season, so, or for this third season, so pretty sure they're merged, and we'll see how eSuba can do here today, again with a place in the first division on the line right now. Alright, so we have, of course, Next here in the upper right-hand corner. He is the teal Zerg player from eSuba. And, again, Aquaron over here, the yellow Terran player. I guess I'll introduce both players twice, as I went off on a bit of a ramble. Reaper on the way to start things off here in this TVZ. We've seen this a few times already today, and we'll see what this is going to transition into as the game goes on. First Overlord just going for a little bit of a sneak around the map. Well, not really a sneak, but just it's actually the second Overlord. Anyway, so second Overlord come in the correct direction. The first Overlord not in the correct direction. Alright, so yeah, let's see what happens. I mean, the Reaper's out. We've got the second command center on the way, and we're going to see a reactor straight away here. So just a single Reaper to start with. He's not even going to move out with it, not even going to scout. Just going to stay here in case any Lings are on the way to try and you know, shut him down very early on. And I mean, the first two Lings are actually out here from Next, so you know, keep the Reaper at home nice and safe is the way to go. Is definitely the better way to go about this, I suppose. There's this was actually a pool first, so didn't actually realize it was a pool first. Maybe I should pay a little bit more attention. Anyway, Next is going to come down here, start injecting on this hatchery with his queen, as this Reaper at the same time is going to be moving out and about on the map, and we'll see what that's going to get up to. He's going to hit the middle of the map here. He's going to see a watchtower. He's going to be like, yo, what's up? And then he's going to realize, no, not very much, and he's just going to back off for now. So very safe opening from our Terran player, very cautious, not really committing too much to anything right now. As a factory is on the way down next to this reactor, we're going to see 4 Marines popping out and then into the Hellion production. So very standard, you know, TVZ build right now. Probably going to see a starport even added on as well. I mean, that's been so common here today. So wouldn't surprise me at all to see that starport coming up for the Medevac and the Viking. What league is next? Asks Richter Top in the chat. Next is, I believe, XGM, currently Master League. So he was definitely GM previously, I know he was. I'm not sure too much about what league he is in now. Well, I know he's in Masters right now. I don't know if he, you know, still plays against GMs or what. As there's that starport on the way down for our Terran player. I mean, we've talked about this a few times already. It gives you a few different possibilities. First of all, you can clear out these Overlords that you can, you know, drop throughout the game, pretty much unprohibited. And also, you can get the Medevac out, so you can lift up the Marines and throw the Marines into the main base, and at the same time try and run by at the natural for your Hellions. And generally, it's just a little bit of, it's just an aggressive build, which is working out quite well for a lot of Terran players. As next comes over, he's going to start taking his third base. I mean, nothing too wrong with that. It's not the fastest third base, it's not the slowest third base. It's just saying I'm taking my third base at a nice, reasonable time here, basically. And going to start his double evolution chamber as well. As we actually see an armory on the way, so it's a little bit different to what I thought it was going to be. We're going to see Hellbats here pretty early on in this, and I guess Medivacs just back them up. Because that starport's not actually being used just yet. Reaper coming into the third base now, checking, seeing that it's coming up. So he knows the third base is on the way. He's throwing down he's been around, he's checked out, he sees the gas, he knows what's up. There's a first medevac on the way right now. As army's about to finish, so I mean Hellbat time is is pretty near. I mean, probably going to be able to clean up at least some of this creep, but at the same time, there's absolutely nothing here just yet. For next, he doesn't have any units, he's continuing to drone right now, and Aquaron could take APSC2-eStar to a very quick victory. If nothing comes out for next in the next few moments, because, I mean, 8 Hellbats, a bunch of Marines, and a Medevac is kind of unstoppable in all honesty. I mean, it's a very strong army. We're already moving across. This is probably going to be a very dead third base. You actually see Roach Bane on the way here. So whether this is for safety or whether he's just planning to go for an all-in, I mean, he's got his double upgrades on the way, or he should have. He's missing his +1 melee. So he's making a bit of a mistake here. Whether he's, what exactly he's going to commit to, I guess we don't really know. And loading here now, the Hellbat's going to morph in as well. And, well, now it's time to go on the march forward. Only 8lings on the way out, and only a couple more than that already on the field. And, I mean, again, how does he expect to have any chance here? He's going to have his Rotron finishing. 12 Banelings now on the way. Will they be in time? You can see how quick this first Spine Caller falls. The Banelings are still on the way. They're not here just yet, though. And these Hellbats and Marines are marching into this natural expansion. The Banelings are about to finish up. The Hellbats are going to be fairly well spread, surely. And yes, they are. But, oh, the Marines get caught in the corner. So this doesn't actually do as much as we may have thought, and only 2 Hellbats remain. And wow, well, I guess in the end here, the Banelings came in just in time. Some transfuses here on these queens should be enough to keep them alive and to deal with these Hellbats now with a few more roaches on the way out. And I think if Aquaron didn't get all his stuff caught in the corner here, Next still could have been in a lot of trouble. I mean, there were some great Baneling connections to get into this game with, to get into that defense with, and now Aquaron's actually in a lot of trouble because there's Zerglings in his natural. What the heck's happened here? 8 workers. Okay, it's only 8 workers. I thought I missed a lot more. Some lings in the natural has seem to have cleaned this out, and he's really far down on supply. He's 22 army supply down. He's 10 workers back. No, sorry, he's 22 workers down. He's 10 army supply down. He's adding on extra barracks. No sign of a third command center just yet. And wow, I wonder if he I don't think he did bust through here. I'm honestly completely blind. I don't really know. is my honest realization of this. So. Bit of a fail, but overall kind of being chased down here, and I mean Next is just going to continue macroing up from this point on. He's adding on his extractor over here, he's adding on a hatchery in the main base, he's just getting all set up into this game. And I mean his 1-1's about to finish, Baneling speed on the way, still making some roaches, but also adding on his Spire. And our Terran player just slowly going into some more Hellbats. Actually going to go for some Hellbat drops here. His first Medevac actually going down to the bottom right hand side of the map, and going to loop around this way to try and drop probably into the main base. However, Medevac heading along the top side of the map at the same time, so we'll see what exactly is going to be able to come of this, as that Medevac is at the same time heading to that main base. Right, so I'm actually watching on the stream, which is delayed right now. It was literally 2 Zerglings which ran into the natural and killed like 8 workers or so, I think. Which is a little bit crazy. Which is really crazy, actually. Because there's nothing else on the map for the Zerg players. These Hellbat drops do come in right now. And he's going to drop off in the main base here. But there's plenty of units around. And honestly, these Hellbat drops have done nothing. They were spotted a while off by the Overlords. And yeah, so not too much going to come of this in the end. Going to actually drop some over in this expansion here. And you actually get a few drones. He's actually going to tank a few Baneling shots at least. So getting a little something out of this, if not anything else, as Well, Aquaron's going to back on out of here with that medevac. Still about 40 supply down right here. The medevac's on the way out, 2-2 on the way. I mean, there's just so much the Terran player is missing. The third command center is only just coming to finish up here in the next few moments. He's not got any upgrades on the way just yet. He's really going to be struggling as this game goes on to keep up with the Zerg player. He's going to have a very efficient army, especially with an upgrade lead. Next, looking good here in this first game of this best of 7 all kill. Again, the winner of this series goes into the first division of the SC2 Improved Team League. Realisks grouping up just to the outside of the main base, thinking about whether they want to go in or not. And in fact, they will come in here and start to take down these reactors. And there's actually not enough Marines here to defend this just yet, so Marines are going to go down, Mutas are going to continue attacking. They're going to take down a couple more reactors, really start to hinder the production of our Terran player here. I mean, our Terran player is coming back to defend, and I mean, he's got no choice to. He can't just let these Mutas kill off all of his production. But at the same time, what's he going to do right now? Next is kind of missing a whole bunch of Banelings, but once he gets a bunch of Banelings, this army is kind of unstoppable to fight against anyway. It's not like he can just go across the map and try and just kill his opponent. He just doesn't seem to have enough right now. I mean, with 0-0 upgrades going up against 2-2, we even have an infestation pit on the way right now for next. So he's going into a hive here very soon. He's going to be able to start up his 3-3 and so on. Aquaron is coming out to the middle of the map, and he's maybe just going to end up meeting his doom. We even see Banelings morphing in right in the middle, despite this army being right on top of him, more or less. And Aquaron might be in for a bit of a surprise when he sees this side of the watchtower. In fact, I don't think he sees it yet. No, okay, now he does. Now he sees that it's all here, and now he's going to stim and come in. Hellbat's left in the front. Banelings are going to take that down pretty quickly, and here come the Lings and Roaches to try and finish it off. Muta's coming in as well. They're going to target down the medevacs during this battle. And they're going to take quite a few of them down as the Lings and Roaches and Banelings are going to swell on forward. GG from Aquaron. And next takes game number 1 of this best of 7 for eSuba Intel. And in the end, it was... I still feel like he was in a lot of trouble when that initial attack came towards his base. I feel he was very fortunate that Aquaron kind of moved everything into the corner instead of spreading it out a bit. I think if he'd spread it out a bit, then Banelings wouldn't have killed anywhere near as much, and he loses a lot more drones, and he's not in a greater position from there at all. So yeah, GG in the end, and Aquaron falls for APSC2-eStar. We'll wait to see who eStar/APSC2 send out next in game number 2, guys. In the meantime, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. If you're enjoying the show, hit the follow button, see when we go live with all of the SC2 Improved Team League Season 3 matches. And you want more information, you can also check out SC2Improved.net, where we'll be putting up a bit of a preview from our winners of the qualifier and stuff like that as well in the next couple of days. So guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back in 3 minutes time for game number 2 of eStar APSC2. Alright guys, welcome back. We're getting into game number 2 here of APSC2-eStar against eSuba. eSuba currently with a 1-0 advantage in this series as next took that first game. Let's load into game number 2, which will be a PVC on Overgrowth. This time the Protoss player from APSC2 will be Valego, down here in the lower left hand corner, going up against next here in the upper right, the teal Zerg player from eSuba Intel. Alright, so we've got Probe here from Valego. He's not doing too much with it, just scouting around, as this pool first is going to produce 6 Lings right now for him to chase this Probe away with. And this Probe will probably get back home actually, as we have seen just here Nexus first into Forge expand, Cannon on the way up as well, so Valego's going to be pretty safe here at the start of this game. And yeah, these Lings on the way across going to look to try and break through this front door. But probably won't be able to, especially not with the cannon in place. If that probe wasn't there, they could maybe do it, but with the cannon there and the probe in position, it's no real point in trying to just sacrifice drone Zerglings for no reason. Drone going to try and come over and make a third base here. Not going to be too successful though, I'm afraid, because this probe, well, okay, maybe now he will be. That probe not really doing the best of job of blocking in the end there, I suppose. Will actually now be caught by the Zerglings, and ooh, a few hits going down on it. In fact, it might actually die here. It's only got, what, 2 hits left on it before it dies? 3 hits. And it's going to be close. It's quite a chase, and there's one. The Zerglings keep on chasing as well. I think the Zerglings are actually going to get this here. The Zergling on the tower maybe could have caught up with it if it had moved a little bit sooner. It's going to be close. These Zerglings coming up the ramp. There's one more. The Zergling is night time. Yes, it is. Oof, Probe only just not making it home. Two Zerglings accidentally run into the cannon though, which isn't so great here for Vallejo. As next, his third base is on the way up. He's continuing to drone right now as well. And well, we'll see what's the next kind of course of action in this game is going to be. Generally, it's the Protoss player who decides what exactly will be happening next. You know, whether this is going to be a 2-base all in, some kind of heavy pressure early on, or what. There's actually going to be a Stargate on the way down here from Vallejo, so going to play what's generally, you know, suggests to be more of a macro-based game with a Stargate on the way up here. So, yeah, Stargate on the way up, and Zealot just kind of wandering around, doing whatever right now. Nothing really too exciting about that at all. There's a single Zergling here, going to get chopped up if it's not careful. It's just going to get away for now. Get away down to this third base now, actually. And he's just scouting around for anything kind of out and on the map. Zealot cleaning up the middle of the tower as well. So Vallejo just doing a nice job keeping away the map control from the Zerg player. As next goes into his own Rotron here. And the first Phoenix is starting up in production. Going to be able to start chasing down these Overlords which are on the map. And I mean, next going to send his Overlords in to come and scout right now. It's, you know, it's a very standard thing to do. You could lose your Overlords to scouting. But yeah, he's just gonna, you know, lose them to the Phoenixes anyway, so may as well try and get as much info as possible. I mean, the Phoenixes are gonna, you know, the Phoenix attacking the Overlord's gonna give him all the info he needs anyway, but there's no way to save these Overlords, so may as well just send them in. And so there you go, adding on 3 extra gateways here, going into his rebirth facility as well, which is something which could still be spotted by an Overlord. If that Overlord in the main base was to get there fast enough, but I think with 2 Phoenix on the case, I think it won't quite be able to make it, so won't be able to spot that, but I mean, it's a very standard build from our Protoss player here. It's nothing too surprising at all, and I mean, we've got a few Spore Crawlers on the way. This isn't going to do all too much damage. We've got a lot of Roaches on the way out here, actually. This is 10-11 Roaches already on the way. Zergling speed about to finish. Are we going to see next go for a big all-in? I think we are, because now he starts with a bunch of Zerglings. It's kind of timed so that once the Zergling speed finishes, he's going to have Zerglings popping in, running across the map to kind of back him up. The Phoenix may just be going in slightly the wrong direction. Okay, he spots a few Roaches here. He can start to lift and pick these off if he wants to. Them Lings are starting to come in as well. They're starting to come out of the production tab and come onto the map. Alaire's coming up behind this. Oh, the Phoenixes, they are going to see a lot of this. They're going to pick up one of these Roaches, but everything's coming his way right now, and I think Vallejo has realised what's going on already. He's adding on 2 extra cannons, and he's getting a Void Ray out as well. 20 more Zerglings on the way. Can next break through here? I don't think he can. I think Vallejo is going to be in way too strong of a position right now to be able to... way too strong of a position. Yeah, definitely. I mean, 3 cannons, a Void Ray on the way. A force field's going to keep this, well, not actually keep the Pylon alive very long, but you know, it's just going to keep some Zerglings away. Phoenix are picking up drones and doing a little bit of damage over here. Zerglings and Roaches still trying to come forward. A couple of force fields keeping them away. The you know, the Void Ray is helping out as much as it can as these Phoenix still just sitting overhead. The Zealots have cleaned up everything that got past them force fields, and now the Void Ray will give chase to these last few Roaches as they do try to escape as well right now. So in the end here, Vallejo is still giving chase. I mean, next is Next is in a lot of trouble, as he's actually taking a lot of damage here. I guess he's up on 70 drones, so he's actually on an okay economy behind this. My Protoss player probably going to take a third base in a moment. His minerals are stacking up as though he's ready to. So yeah, he's going to drop down the third Nexus right here, and I mean, next he's going into Roach Hideout right now. An infestation pit on the way would, at this kind of time, I would suggest that he's going to go into a hive very quickly and go for some kind of Roach Hideout Viper timing. It would kind of make sense considering he is just going into Roach Hideout. I mean, it's kind of the inevitable thing to go into. I don't think if he wanted to go Swarm Host, he would be bothering with you know, Grooved Spines right now for the Hydralisks, or the Hydralisks are all there in fact. So if Phoenix actually coming in here, they're going to pick off the first Hydra to spawn out. They're going to be able to pick off an Overlord if they want it, but they don't go for it in the end. Now they're going to turn around and pick off another Hydra. In fact, that's one more Hydra than they nearly go for, but cancel instead. Probably the safer thing to do, but they do see the hive starting. No, they don't. Aha! they don't see the hive. Okay, now they see the hive starting. This is nice. He picks up another Hydra and just creating opportunities for himself here to do a little bit of free damage here and there. And fourth base going down in the upper left-hand corner for our Zerg player. Third base is about to finish up here for Lego, so his economy is going pretty well. He's got his first Colossus out. He's getting extended from a Lance right now. Of course, he's going to have to keep building up this Colossus count because once he's actually going into Templar Archives now. Alright, so this is pretty cool as well. I mean, it's just the standard response to the hive. Maybe a bit early to put it down. I mean, he's got a long time before, Phoenix down to a few shadows. I think he's got a long time before the Vipers actually come out, so he could probably afford to invest in the second Colossus first and then the Temple Archives. He's not in the biggest of rushes to put this down, but man, these Phoenixes are doing so much damage here. 2.7k lost to 700. Of course, there was an attack at the start of this game as well. What's been lost overall? 3 Hydras picked off, an Overseer, a couple of Overlords, a few Roaches as well, and a ton of Lings. Like, it's actually been a really good start here from Vallejo in this game. He's continuing to build this up now. He's going into Storm, so he's going to be able to throw down not only feedbacks, but Storms on top of this Roach Hydra army. And, I mean, my only question now is he actually going to have enough gas to get, a reasonable number of Colossi out and enough Templar to feedback and Storm? 2 Vipers now on the way, so, I mean, this attack's going to hit about 15-ish minutes from next. As these 2 Phoenix, there are only 2 Phoenix left. Yes, they are. The rest of them have been picked off, so this last 2 Phoenix is going to come in the main base, see what they can do. They could probably pick up the Hydra Risk if they wanted to. And take that down. They're not going to bother though in the end. Just going to keep moving away. Roach Hydra coming across the map here once again. As there's actually a ton of Roach Hydra here at the front. A couple of Templar being warped in. The Vipers are starting to consume on this third base hatchery. There's one of them at least. The other one is actually, I believe, over here. So Vipers are consuming, they're getting the energy up, ready to come across and abduct those Colossi, but I mean, again, the Templar are here in time, they've got Storm on the way as well, which will also be useful. The Phoenix doing a good job, always trying to spot for an opportunity to either pick off a Viper or another unit, or just in general to see when this army moves out. I say that as the army moves out just as the Phoenix fly away, but it looks as though he's aware of this anyway. Still some Storms available, remember. 3 Colossi out in total and only 2 Vipers. Ultimus Cavern coming up right now as well for next as a transition out of this. And he's going to have to just drop the Storms on this army. And the Storms are huge. This army gets absolutely decimated in a matter of seconds. And, no point abducting the army, no point abducting the Protoss army into this anymore. Because he wants to come in and fight this right now. He wants to keep moving forward and coming after you. So, Next is in a lot of trouble right now. That was some crazy Storms on the army. Picks off a couple of Phoenix in the sky. But this army's going to keep on chasing the Colossi once they get in range. Well, he's in a little bit of trouble. He turns around to fight this right now. Guardian Shield goes up and Warp Prison. Not sure where it's going to go. It's actually just going to open reinforcements from the side. A couple of abducts go down, but both of the Colossi which were abducted managed to get away at the same time as well. And this push is just going to keep on coming forward. Reinforcements are on the way for next, but they're going to be coming from the left, the right, and the center. And that's going to mean that they're not going to be that efficient because they're not going to be fighting all at the same time. And it's Vallejo who's continuing to push forward right here. Next is in trouble. As well, he's getting all his reinforcements out. He's warping in some more. Vallejo's warping in some more Templar in a very aggressive spot, and the Templar, one of them actually going down, the other one just kind of straying forward here because he doesn't have a buddy to partner up with to become an Archon. And well, the 3 Colossi are still pretty much unanswered for here. Well, maybe he could abduct them over this gap, but it's just too late. There's one of them going across. There's another, but there's just not enough DPS here for the Zerg anymore. He's lost too much already, and Vallejo going to take game number 2. And even up this series 1-1. Next, GG's and APSC2-eStar get themselves on the scoreboard. 1-1 in this series. eSuba going to have to be picking the next player and the next map. Momentum now in favour of Vallejo. Though, of course, eSuba, they will get to play on their own map with their own player to try and take the lead, which is always a little bit of an advantage as well, if you ask me. Guys, we're going into game number 3 after this quick commercial break. Don't go too far because it'll be up very soon, and we'll go into this break very quickly. If you're enjoying the show, make sure to hit the follow button, and game 3 will be right. It will be between Wanty and Vallejo on Nimbus here, and we're just going to load into this in a moment's time. It's 1-1 night now in this best of 7 all kill. First of 4 wins it. Let's get into game number 3 and see what's going to go down here in a TVP. As in the lower right hand corner of the map, we have APSC2-eStar. Vallejo. Again, APSC2 and eStar are a combination of Spanish teams coming together, allying for this tournament. We'll see how well they can do here today, whether they can qualify for that first division. In the upper right hand corner from eSuba Intel, the blue Terran player, it's Wanty. Alright guys, so let's see how these guys are going to get on in this game. Let's see what they're going to get up to. TVP, we've seen a fair few TVPs today. We've seen some Phoenix Colossus. We've seen some, well, some very quick games as well. We've seen a fair few PVT games today. As we go into this next game. Wanty has been a player who's always done fairly well for eSuba actually in the team leagues. I remember when I was casting them a bunch in the previous seasons, he was always a player who was, you know, always taking maps, always a solid starter player, or you know, player after, you know, one of the earlier players they send out. He always takes a map or two. So let's see how he does today in this TVP. Must be quite confident to send him out in the TVP. I mean, it was their pick of player, it was their pick of map. Double gas here opening from Vallejo, and a Cybernetic core coming down. Only 2 workers on each gas, so maybe not anything all too aggressive. Probably just going to be a mothership core expand in the near future. As Wanty puts down a couple of barracks back at home for himself to start getting his own production up and running after this command center first opening. And yeah, we have this just this Protoss player building up and a Terran player too. I mean, the Marines are going to start pouring out of them barracks, and he's actually starting to scout as well here on Nimbus. The 2 bases, of course, on Nimbus are pretty easy to hold, of course, with that natural being in your like being with an in-base natural. But once you get out to the 3rd, the 4th base, things can definitely change a lot. Once you get out there, it can definitely be a little bit harder to hold. You know, they're very open bases. There's a lot of attack paths in towards them. Especially the 4th base is very, very open. So, Stargate on the way down from Vallejo. I think we've actually seen this in every single PVT today. The Stargate opening into a robotics facility. It's very, very popular, whether it be Phoenix opening or an Oracle. So keep an eye on this and see what exactly these two guys, well, what exactly Vallejo wants to get out. You know, more common than anything is definitely the Oracle. With Phoenix, not quite so common. Oracle can get a lot of the job done, you know, pick off some workers, be a little bit annoying. Nice denial of the scout here by Vallejo. As the Stargate does finish, and what's he going to make it is just that Oracle on the way out here. Wanty shouldn't have too many issues dealing with this. I mean, he's got 3 barracks already producing Marines. He's already got 5 of them sitting at the front. Front and an engineering bay as well. So, I mean, it's not going to be too long until he gets a turret up. Though, if nothing's in position, this natural could take a little bit of damage, actually. So, we'll wait and see what exactly is going to go down, as this Oracle is on the way out. So, Oracle on the way out here, and that will head northwards. And a nice scan here, and actually going to even spot the timing of this Oracle. So immediately, well, in fact, already on the way to the main base, into the natural, with some of his Marines, although they're being a little bit split up now, which means he probably could trade against these if he wanted to. Stalker's coming towards the main at the same time. Has to be very careful about this. Okay, the Marines grouping up once again, and this Oracle is going to get 1, 2. Okay, he's going to, ooh, just keeps it alive. I thought he was going to lose it there because he actually started trading against the Marines. You got 3 Marines, 1 worker. I think actually you have 3 Marines. I think the worker, of course, was killed in his base, which was the scouting worker. So pretty easy hold so far from Wanty. No real damage taken, and a lot of health taken off that Oracle, which really means it's a little bit harder for Vallejo to keep using it throughout the game. It's a little bit harder for him to kind of keep sending it out and to keep using it to scout with and to, you know, throw down visions and stuff like that. So it's kind of nice for our Terran player here. Yeah, just kind of nice for a Terran player here right now. Alright, so a couple of gateways going to be added on. As the Robo Bait does start up for our Protoss player. Wunty is getting his stim on the way, his +1's on the way too. And yeah, pretty much everything is getting all set to go for him here in this mid game. Phoenix actually going to start up from Vallejo, so maybe he will go into Phoenix Colossi here after all. We'll see if he keeps producing them or whether he's just going to get one out to go a scout. You know, what exactly he's going to do. He has lost his Oracle. He hasn't, only got one more worker for that. And this army's starting to move out a little bit here. So second Phoenix is on the way actually. 4 gateways being made as well. So I mean, he's really just starting to step up his production. As a Colossus and extended thermal lances on the way out, this army's still moving across the map. And well, the potential to do a fair amount of damage here, I would say, from Wunty. Then again, I mean, Photon Overcharge is going to be available. Prosper actually looking as though he's just ready to take a 3rd base already, which is a little bit weird. 4th and 5th barracks on the way up for Wunty though. So going straight into 5 barracks means that he's going to be a little bit more aggressive than just you know, trying to take a 3rd base nice and quick. He's not going to try and move up this ramp. He doesn't want to risk getting force fielded, not just yet. His first medevacs are just about to complete here. They can boost across here quite fast. He scans, he sees the first Colossus. He still doesn't know about these Phoenix. The 3 of them are out right now, and a 4th is on the way. So he still doesn't know about this at all, and you know, it's upgrades which is being kind of skipped here by Vallejo to allow him to create these Phoenix and these Colossi at the same time. What a pick off of that observer there by Wunty. Great scan, picks that off, denies the vision, and perfect timing for him to be able to just lift up and maybe go for a drop towards the natural. But look what are here, it's the Phoenixes, and they're getting ready to go in this natural if needed. The drops are actually going to be spotted though by these pylons here. Wunty going to get a couple of pylons for free. Stims to take them out a little bit faster. And will he pick up and go in towards the natural now? I think it would probably be a little bit of a mistake too. We've got pylons all over the map here by Vallejo. Looking as though he wants to attack this 3rd base sometime soon. 3rd base, which is actually about to finish up for our Terran player. But I mean, enough Marine and Marauder coming up here to defend this, as we actually have these 2 medevacs coming downwards. We have Protoss air weapons on the way, so we're going to upgrade the air weapons for the Phoenix. They're still hidden here. You've got to remember they're still kind of not shown. One Phoenix just avoids the scan there. And this double job looking as though it's ready to go into the natural. I mean, he's in the position right now. If you knew about this, you could go in and that would be 2 dead medevacs, 20 supply gone for absolutely nothing. At the same time, Wunty's going to pick off another pylon on the right hand side. Here we go. There's drops coming into the natural, and now he can't pick up and leave because guess what? The Phoenix are here. So. Okay, maybe I guess he can for a little while. He's actually targeting down this base, and he needs to start picking up with the Phoenixes. There we go, picking up and starting to get rid of these units. One Phoenix goes down here, but that's it. He keeps his expansion alive, but at the same time, this base is killed off over here, or forced to cancel. So, Wunty doing a good job of just keeping the Protoss on the back foot a little bit here, although being maybe a little bit caught off guard by these Phoenix which came out. So, Colossi continuing to just group up with the rest of the units at the front here. Nexus and a pylon going to come down for Vallejo. Pylon just sitting over here still, and that one's not been found just yet. Wunty just patrolling here with this Marine, watching for anything coming that way to maybe actually set up a pylon. So again, a little bit unknown that this pylon is already here, ready to go, warp in and kill off some workers at the 3rd base. Yeah, Wunty right now, he's just sitting outside of this natural, just in front of his third base for the Protoss player on the way up. He's still playing this Phoenix Colossus style. And Wunty's not really shown too much of an indication to actually go into Vikings just yet. He's got a single Viking out. He's not actually producing anymore just yet. In fact, sorry, he's got 3 Vikings out. Not producing anymore just yet. He does have a 2nd starport, so the possibility for him to go into a lot of Vikings is there. But I'm surprised he's kind of neglecting to constantly produce them, because if I'm a Terran player in this situation, I say, whoa, I'm kind of scared of the fact that you have so many, you know, it's going to be so hard to take down your Colossi and your Phoenix. Like, I really would be, because I'd be scared. You kind of need as many Vikings as you can get, so. Then again, it's 2-2 to start. He's going to take a upgrade lead in this game. This pylon's still here for our Protoss player, but not going to use that just yet, not until he knows that the Terran player is out of position. No, we could see some great harassment if we got Warp Prism out on the map, warp in at the natural, attack, at the same time warp in over here, we run into towards the 3rd base. You know, the combination of attacks could really pull Wunty apart, especially if it was like in the middle of the map. It'd be a great way to get him to turn around. There's 2 Phoenixes being made at a time right now. +1 weapons is on the way. +1 weapons a great choice because of course he wants to get the You know, he wants the Colossi to basically do as much damage, because while the whole point is, while the Vikings are fighting the Phoenix, the Colossi are trying to clean up the bioforce on the ground, so getting as much damage out as he can is kind of the best way to go, as we almost have 16 Phoenix out right here. No more being produced just yet, so only 12 for now, but I mean, that's a lot of Phoenixes. And 5 Colossi up as well. Again, this is why we kind of need to see the kind of big Viking numbers from Wanty. He needs as many as he can get, really, and I mean, right now, he is now making 4 at a time. He's only on 5 at the moment, though, and get up to 16 soon enough. And again, that's probably about the magic number, maybe a little bit over, as Zealot does spot this SCV coming in to make this base, and he will actually be able to force a cancel here. SCV is about to move, but yeah, will be not forced to cancel, but at least delay this command center building just by a little while. Gets an SCV kill, not so bad. Pylon was revealed anyway, so yeah, Wanty just moving around. He's actually about to max out here. Fleet Beacon now on the way for our Protoss player as well, so he's going to continue with this air army, you know. He's going to keep on going with this kind of tech route. I'm not sure where exactly he's going to end up with it. I mean, does he just get Anion Pulse Crystals for the Phoenix? I guess that would help against the Vikings a little bit. 2-2 about to finish for our Terran player. Personal cloaking for the Ghosts as well. And if we do have a few Ghosts in this army, I mean, Ghosts are going to be great. EMP and some of these Phoenix would be also awesome, because first of all, they'll die a lot faster if they've got no shields, but second of all, it means they'll have no energy left to kind of pick up important units in the fight, so some EMPs could be pretty great. And as we see another scan, an Observer's going to move out of vision here, though, just outside of that scan radius. Looks like the Ghosts are going to try and hunt that down still. That's going to be picked off. So goes down, and well, he's got cannon setups here, so he shouldn't be in too much of an issue against this as this army starts to come forward. Some probes need to be careful about going towards that 4th base. That 4th base is going to be forced to be cancelled by a Terran player, but this is going to be the opportunity apparently to come in with the rest of the army. The EMPs are really nice though on all of these Zealots, and this is a 2-2 Terran coming forward here. The Colossus goes down just to the bio. And, I mean, Valego doesn't want to fight just yet. He's waiting for as long as he can, it would seem. He seems a little bit scared to actually fight. Now the Phoenix are going to have to come in and now just save the day, or try to at least. But there's so much bio. Is there enough on the ground to keep these Colossi alive? The Colossi putting out as much damage as they can. But Valego just GG's. He doesn't have enough. He needs some more Zealots or so to tank for those Colossus. Because as it was, they were just falling. And, well, that's GG, and Wanty takes the lead for eSuba once again here, putting eStar, again, for the second time in the series, on the back foot. So we'll see whether this is going to keep up, whether eSuba are going to keep taking the advantage, and eStar APSC2 are going to keep on even in the series, or what, after this quick commercial break. Guys, if you enjoyed the stream, do hit that follow button. When we come back, we'll do some Twitch shoutouts and get into game number. Welcome back, guys, for Game 4 of APSC2-eStar versus eSuba, as Waka is going to be the next player out, making this a ZVT for Wanty. As we're going into game number 4, let's introduce our players and we'll do a few Twitch shoutouts. So starting off in the upper left-hand corner, it's the blue Zerg player from eStars. Allied with APSC2, it's Waka. In the lower right-hand corner, the red Terran player from eSuba Intel, it's Wanty, taking that last map off of Valego. So shout out to a few guys who've been hitting follow in the last hour and a half. I haven't done shoutouts for ages. So Regors Nas, Jomaseri, NP Vag, 1995 Danny, Artanisku, Ivax, Dom 3495, and Mika and CZ. Thank you guys for the follows. Glad you're enjoying the show. And yeah, let's get into our next game here right now. Loading on up. Well, we're loaded on up, but getting ready to roll. As Wanty's going to open for Command Center first here against the Zerg player. Waka opening hatch first. I mean, no surprise in that, but Command Center first, something we've not really seen all too much lately. Or in a very long time, I should say. In a very long time at all, so a little bit nice to see something being used a little bit differently. We've seen a lot of it actually today. BSTQ using it 3 times in a row earlier, then losing the one time he didn't do it. So this overlord on the way across here. You're going to see that's a command center first very soon, so Waka should be able to respond to this however he sees fit. He is starting up a gas. He'll still be able to take a fairly fast third base with this if he would like to. So, you know, no real worries about that. And, And yeah, just waiting for this game to really get going, as the pool is on the way here as well, halfway done. He actually cancels the gas as he sees command center first, so cancelling the gas, he's just going to send this drone out over towards the third base to put that down instead. In the chat we've got Cerberus Frankie, go Waka go. So some cheers for Waka, coming out all over the place. Again, a huge amount of support for APSC2-eStars in the Spanish community, so great to see, great to have you guys with us here tonight as they do look to secure their place in the first division. And if they do, I mean, you'll be seeing a lot more of them throughout the season, as they'll have 11 weeks of matches to play, and then maybe they'll even make the playoffs, who knows. Anyway, so Monty, his follow-up to the command center first is just to be taking a barracks and a gas, so he's going to go into his reactor Hellion still. Factory on the way down now, and reactor going to be soon to follow, as the bunker's going to finish up here for Monty in a couple of moments' time. So yeah, not too much going on. We're on King Sejong Station, a map which is, you know, fairly common. We can see pretty much anything take place on this map. You know, I said earlier, Waka cancelled the gas to go for fast third base. He never actually put that third base down. He's still going to take the third base gas. It's just not as fast as a third base as he could have had. He's just been investing in queens instead. So going to start throwing down some creep at the edge of his base here. I'm going to be able to start moving out towards that third location. This SCV coming in for a scout as well. He's going to be able to spot this going on, so he knows what's happening. He sees what's up, turns around, and that's pretty much all the information he can get for now, really. So maybe he keeps it alive to the side still, and he can come in and check if it's been droned up or if it's just being used to fuel and all in. He can keep that alive for a little while here to the right hand side. Bunker double depot coming up here in the natural expansion. This SCV is actually going to decide to just leave. May just go up to the tower. Not sure where he's rallied. Let's see. Looks as though he's actually headed up towards the tower turn. Yes. Okay. So he's just going to take the watchtower, the watchtower to the right hand side of the map. First two Hellions are starting to move out and to get a little bit of information here. Stimpak's on the way, third CC on the way as well. And also getting information is this overlord of Waka. He sees everything here. Third CC, Stimpak, you know, sees no starport, so great bit of information. He's like, overlord gets killed off. Double evolution chamber finish up here for our Zerg player. So he's going to start his upgrades a little bit sooner than the Terran. As these two Hellions try and do a little something for Wanty, but doesn't look as though he's going to be able to do all too much right now. We see a Marauder on the way for Wanty as well. That's something I like to call a safety Marauder, just in case. We see roaches being built, but I don't think we're going to see anything like that right now. I mean, the real confirmation will come in a moment or two when +1 melee starts, unless +1 missile starts instead. Then that would be a little bit of a shocker. And there's +1 melee, so just going to be a fairly standard TVZ, something we actually haven't seen all too much of today. We've seen mech, we've seen mech play, we've seen mech play, we've seen Hellbat play, we've seen roach play. We haven't seen any kind of mutilating bling versus bio TVZ, so this is going to be a little bit refreshing actually. As these two queens coming to the front and looking to try and ward away these Hellions. Hellions just looking for some pot shots here. Going to get themselves a few old Zergling kills, which is always going to be pretty nice, just lowering the amount of army your opponent has. And these queens are continuing to chase these Hellions away for a little while longer now. Third base actually over here landing for Wanty. I'm going to start being able to mine on this with some SCVs, which are starting to be produced. Surprised he hasn't actually just transferred some SCVs over there already. I guess he's more or less just going to rally everything over there pretty soon. All of his main base rallied there. His own upgrades on the way, but oh, huge mistake actually. He's queued up 1-1 on the same engineering bay, and he's just realised that right now. It's a huge loss for him actually. You know, that's going to mean his +1 attack, or his attack upgrades throughout this game are going to be delayed, which can definitely hurt. So, especially when his upgrades are already kind of behind the Zerg players, they're going to be able to go into 2-2 straight away here as Les finished. His Spire's actually on the way as well, so this is just going to be mutilating bling. I mean, the next stage of this game for the Zerg is to secure a 4th base because the Terran's got the 3rd down. And I mean, our Terran player is just going to be looking to do a little bit of damage with these Hellions, scout around a bit more, it would seem. But, you know, he's probably going to be looking to start cleaning up some creep in the near future, as these Hellions actually spot all of these Zerglings. Whether they actually go and attack, or, well, here's the Hellions. 2 of them just sent to the deaths there. You know, 6 Hellions against these Lings could have done quite a lot of damage, because there's so many of them just stacked up. Unfortunately, losing them too does hurt him a little bit, as extra barracks come on here for our Terran player in the production to have the 2-2s starting up as well. Centrifugal hooks on the way. I mean, literally everything coming up here for our Zerg player, not really missing a beat right now, as he continues to add on some overlords, get his supply cap raised, and yeah, these Hellions coming back to this army here. Monty joining up with everything right now, as yeah, a couple of more overlords going to get taken down here, and it's actually quite nice taking down a couple of overlords. It's going to slow Wacker down, force him to make more overlords, and you know, spend some more money. Maybe supply block him a bit. It will actually supply block him for a moment or two once this Viking catches up and kills that off. Gets the kill, lets the Marine do all the work, takes the kill for himself, as Monty looks as though he wants to move forward here and get into a aggressive position, as though he wants to look and as though he wants to clean up some of this creep spread. Active Fume is starting to be spread forward, but killed off almost immediately there. And Monty morphing in some Hellbats will scan and begin to clear up some of this creep. There's enough Balins here though. Balin speed's finished, the first mutants are on the way as well, and whoa, running down this ramp, not too sure about this for Wacker. He says, I think I've got enough anyway to just take this on, and well, it looks as though he will. He's going to come in from behind with the Mutalisks as well now to help clean up. And I mean, it's pretty close though. I mean, he didn't really have, you know, it wasn't like he won that fight handily. He barely managed to get through there, and he's going to be able to now actually chase down these Medivacs. Gets one of them. 8 Banelings on the way on top of this ramp. Oh, not the best place for them to morph in. And they will actually end up just getting killed off here unless he can get them to finish up. 40 Lings and 21 Banelings actually on the way in total. I'm not sure where the Banelings are actually morphing in from. Kind of all over the place it seems. As the Mutalisks will continue to fight here. Just continuing to train, doing whatever he can. The meter count will continue to fall. But Wanty's actually in a lot of trouble as Wacker just continues on forward, looking as though he's just going to keep attacking until this game ends. Where the Banelings are, here they are, all of the Banelings rolling in right now. The third base is going to be under attack here. There's a single bunker to try and help things out. A Baneling's going to connect, and these SCVs go very low on the HP scale of things. Some Banelings from behind going to have to turn around and fight this army, which is coming down from the natural to try and help out. But as you can see, the Zerg player just has complete and total control on the ground. The third base forced to be lifted now, and Wacker looking as though he's going to even up this series and take us to 2-2 in this best of 7. These couple of depots on the way down as well, so Wanty is kind of hurting right now. He's going to come forward and try and stim and take this down. He's going to load up his bunker in the natural, but there's just so many Zerglings. Look at this, just streaming on forwards. The bunker's going to fall, the units are going to fall, a single Baneling goes off on the ramp. Mutants are slowly picking away at these Medivacs, but there's not much more you can do here. Oh, he's actually going to get a move away. I thought he could have picked up a couple more Medivacs there, but I guess he's just going to fall back, morph in some more Banelings, get ready to go again. He actually starts up his infestation pit. As these Banelings started coming in, these Banelings actually morphed in very far forward, allowing Monty to move forward and force a cancel on a lot of them. +2/+2 for the Zerg against +1/+2 at the moment. Again, that delayed attack upgrade definitely hurting here. As Terran player is going to stim forward. I mean, without Banelings, I guess it's quite hard for the Zerg player to really hold this off, but it seems as though he's just got too much anyway. The Mutants are just going to take a few hits here and, you know, take some damage. Banelings come forward, they will end up cleaning this up. Wanty actually almost half the supply, actually just GG's right there. You know, he's lost his third base, he's lost his SCVs there, there's no way he can keep this up. And that will be game called, and Wacker evens up this series 2-2 right now. And again, it's the best of 7 all kills. So what next map puts the winner. Number 5, it's all tied up here, guys. Every series we're casting today seems to be so close. Now we're going into game number 5 of eSuba Intel against APSC2-eStar. I've got nothing else to say. Let's just go straight on into the game. This game starting up right now. There's it's going to be Deadwing for this PVZ, and a few peeps hitting follow. Souls182, thank you very much for the follow. Unique Phaser is actually following us as well. Robert10T and Shane100, thank you guys for following. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, and glad we can bring you guys a qualifier. I can't believe we've actually got 170 people in here, especially considering we're not even on Team Liquid anymore. It's actually a little bit crazy. So thank you very much for the support, guys. Let's get into game number 5. In the upper right hand corner is the blue Protoss player, Unique Phaser from eSuba Intel. And in the lower left hand corner, the red Zerg player from eStars, allied with APSC2, taking map number 4, it's Wacker. Game 5. Guys, how is everyone in the chat doing? Welcome if you're joining us from IEM. Hope you're ready for some, maybe not quite, I mean, I don't want to be too harsh, but I mean, this may not quite live up to Flash versus Zest. But hope you guys are ready to enjoy some more StarCraft here. We've got at least a couple of maps left here, 3 maps at least, at maximum. So yeah, let's go into this game and see what these guys are going to get up to. Hatch first, followed by a pool. Nexus first, followed by a gateway. Both these guys opening pretty much the greedy way in this game. It's Deadwing, I guess. You know, the probe's not actually spotting the first location. He's gone to the bottom right instead of straight across map, which, you know, is obviously very normal. So in these cross positions, you know, Wacker is going to end up being scouted in the second position. Unique Phaser is going to come in here. He's going to see that he might not see, in fact, that a hatchery is up at this third base. So not seeing that will give Wacker a little bit more time, where, you know, Unique Phaser is actually a little bit in the dark about his plans in this game. If he sees that, he could very quickly make a decision to say, right, actually, I want to you know, shut you down very quickly, add on, you know, start Chrono Boost my warp gate, and you know, add on gateways. He still may very well see this as he heads out here. He's seen no gas, so immediately, I mean, he's probably going to actually check this third base now. It would make sense to, and he will see it on his way out. So he sees that third base is on the way up here. He knows this is a fairly fast third base. He does have the opportunity, if he wishes, to try and punish this. I mean, he went for a Nexus first into gateway. His Cybernex core is going to be fairly quick. His first Zealot, his Mothership core, going to be fairly quick out on the map as well. So a lot of possibilities here for our blue Protoss player to from eSuba to, you know, get aggressive and try and make some winning moves. He'll try and do some game-ending damage maybe. Mothership core comes out. The Zealot is allowed to finish as well. And this Zerglin's going to get chased away at the front. Not sure if he saw the Zealot, but if he did, he should know. He probably needs a couple more Zealots maybe alongside his Queens to be able to push away this attack coming across the map, because that Zealot definitely now is spotted. So should a couple of Zealots, you know, a couple of rounds of Zealots, couple of rounds of Zerglings in total should be enough alongside a Queen. Mothership core's actually being left behind, so it's just the Zealot coming across here. It's just going to be a Stargate from Unique Phaser. He's not going to actually overcommit too much at all to this, any kind of aggression. He's actually just going to go for the Stargate, going to go for a fairly passive game, it would seem, and or at least passive early game. It's not that passive, I guess, if you have Phoenix flying around killing things. So yeah, he's I mean, it's not passive, but it's not kind of overly aggressive. So a couple of things coming in here will actually get cleaned up before anything dies. Third base coming down very quickly for Unique Phaser here. So kind of just matching Greed with Greed, taking his own third base very quickly after Wacker did the same. Wacker now does have his gas up and running. He's going to be starting up his Metabolic Boost here very soon, his Roachron as well most likely, so you can get some Roaches out just in case anything does come his way on the from a Unique Phaser. And there is an Oracle on the way right now. We've got Spore Crawler starting up there. I mean, Wacker just kind of knows the timing of a Stargate, you know, as pretty much any Zerg player at this level would do. So he's just going to be able to starting up some Spore Crawlers, deflecting this initial aggression quite easily. Zealot's actually committing onto a Queen here just a little bit, takes a little bit more damage on itself. Going to go retreat now. He was holding the tower a little bit before, but now doesn't seem to be too interested in that, as this Oracle is going to come in towards the natural expansion first, or the third base. I mean, it's got no choices of both. Depends which way he wants to loop around. Quick pause from Unique Phaser. So got a couple of moments here before we get back into this game, it would seem. So again, guys, how's everyone in the chat doing? Who are you supporting today? How are you all doing? Hope you're having fun. Hope you're enjoying the show as we're going to get going once again. Again, do let us know who you're cheering for. We do like to know who the crowd favourite is, who you guys are cheering for, who you guys want to see winning. As yeah, this Oracle actually comes around the bottom side here and kind of stops in vision of the Zerg, so he kind of knows it's here. Hasn't actually reacted yet though. Loses 2 workers. In fact, going to lose a 3rd. And loses all of the workers on this gas geyser. Poor drones, man. You know, they just got promoted. Like, they just got promoted from mineral worker to gas worker. You know, very, very big promotion, because gas is a lot more dangerous than minerals. You know, you've got to be very well trained to be able to be a gas worker. They just got their promotion and boom, they get killed within 10 seconds. Overlord here again, picked off by the Void Rays, and we actually do see a fair few Void Rays in production right now. A second one on the way and a second Stargate being added on as well, so Unique Phaser looking as though he wants to go into kind of a Void Ray composition in this game. Amazingly already we have a Hydralisk Den on the way down for Wacker, so Wacker looking as though he's going to respond to this Void Ray play very quickly here, and I mean this is kind of dangerous. He's going to have Ling Hydra out very soon, and there's not going to be that many Void Rays up before this first wave of units comes. Now the sentries and force fields are going to be very important initially in terms of being able to deal with this and defend, so let's see exactly what's going to go down. We have Mr. Potato saying go Wacker, and Electro Ninja going Vamos Wacker, which I do believe means go Wacker as well. So a few cheers coming in here for Wacker. A few people hoping he can take the lead here in this best of 7 for his team. As we have 2 Voiders being produced at a time right now. A bunch of Hydras on the way out. The Mutalist Tech Switch is on the way as well. That Spire starting up here. We have a few lag spikes. Not sure if that's on our side or someone else's. Oh, I've dropped a couple of frames. Seems to be over now though. Looks as though we're okay. Oh, we're still lagging. I don't think the frames will drop just then. Anyway, we actually do have an attack coming down here. Let's ignore the lag issues right now. If a force field comes down at the front, only 3 Voiders, a photon overcharge available as well. Maybe now's the time to switch locations and go towards these rocks, but no. Decided not to here. This Oracle detecting to be able to kill off a few of these creep tumors. The Lings over here not going to be all too much of a use against an Oracle. But Lings and Hydras coming forward here and looking as though they may try and go for this, go for these rocks. Well, they may just try and come up here once again. I mean, the Void Ray count is now increasing, and if these Hydras can be kept away with force fields, then the Void Rays are going to be more than enough here. But there's quite a lot of Lings to kind of tank the Zealots and to tank the Sentries. We'll see what happens here soon. A couple of force fields going down. And these Hydras having to back off for a few more moments. And Archer coming up this ramp once again, looking as though he might try and get that Forge here. And this Forge is under attack, but he's not going to have enough DPS on it, I don't think. He's just trying to trade against the army as best he can. Forge will finish the upgrade, and Wacker just going to have to turn around, can't make anything happen here, but 14 Mutalisks on the way. And we'll see what these 14 Mutas can do. I mean, there's 2 Stargates up, so Phoenix are going to be on the way kind of pretty soon. In fact, even 1 Phoenix starting up right now, and plus 1 air attack starting up right now. I'm not sure what what Unique Phase actually spotted. He hasn't seen anything just yet, I don't think, unless he's seen a Mutalisk. These Mutalisks are starting to come across the map already. Some of them all the way over to the right hand side. So yeah, these Mutas over to the right hand side and looking to come into the main base right now and do a little bit of worker damage here. Coming straight in and well. The Protoss army definitely not in position to be able to deal with that, as Lings and Hydras are going to try and come into the 3rd location from a different way. Fleet Beacon going to get taken down. This is pretty nice because it denies Anion Pulse Crystals for a little while, but the Phoenix are here in time. It looks as though the Fleet Beacon will go down. Ooh! Turns around and nearly catches one of them Phoenixes, takes at least the shields and a bit of HP off of it. And, Wacker here just still moving around. As Lings and Hydras are going to come through these rocks. A couple more Mutas still joining up here. 4th base is on the way for our Protoss player, well before the 4th base of our Zerg, which is a little bit unnormal. Our Zerg player here taking off so many workers though, and here we go. The Lings and Hydras have broken through the rocks, but too many Void Rays here actually, and the Hydras are just going to absolutely melt. So these Mutas still trying to do whatever they can. Some more Hydras actually in production. As still more probes actually falling in this main base. Unique Phase are continuing to take a lot of damage over here. At the same time, some Lings have made it through to this 3rd. They're not too much really going down in the end here. Stalkers warp in and Wacker maybe in a little bit of trouble as he's going to have to just turn away, but now he's being kited by Phoenix. These Phoenix, they do have Anion Pulse Crystals, so it's that little bit harder for the Mutas to get away. A lot of Mutas falling already. And he's going to just have to keep on moving. A few Hydras coming across the map to join in. He's going back into this Ling Hydra composition, but I'm not sure how well this will work in the long run. I mean, there's still a lot of Voiders up, there's still force fields available. An Oracle, this Oracle from earlier in the game is going to spot a few Hydras in the middle of the map, and Waka going to get a couple of shots off on that, and the Mutas will clean it up. So, I mean, the Oracle goes down, 4th base now established for Waka, so his economy is still quite strong here, 80 drones against 63 probes. These Mutas coming in here, but they're going to be found by the Phoenixes. The Mutas are actually just going to try and trade against the Phoenixes here, it would seem. It seems as though they can't see a way out, and he starts up an infestation pit, 2 meters remaining now. I don't know if he was meant to be trying to trade there, or if it was just a mistake from him. Coming forward here with these Hydras, I mean, Phoenix are still kind of useful at this point. I mean, if you can lift up 4 or 5, the other 4 or 5 Phoenix will be able to shoot from them in the sky. It takes the Hydras out of the battle as well. So these Phoenix are still going to be very useful as we wait for kind of the next real move to be made. Waka is still just making a bunch of Zerglings. He's got an infestation pit about to finish. Pathogen glands and a high startup immediately once it does. Rotron coming down here as well. Some hallucinated Colossi. Zergplayer doesn't look as though he's messing around when he comes in to deal with this, though. He looks as though he knows what he's doing. He's not hesitating at all, but he just GG's. He can't take the fight. And Unique Phaser takes eSuba onto match point here. And that is not good at all for APSC2-eStar fans. Unique Phaser putting eSuba onto match point, and the opportunity now arises for our Czech team to launch themselves into the first division once again. Guys, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, game number 6 on the way. I'll let you guys know in the chat as soon as I know who's coming out next for eStar APSC2. Don't go too far, because the conclusion of this series is on the way, potentially. Or the ace match could back to what could be our last match of the evening, as Unique Phaser is 1 match away from taking eSuba into the first division here. Let's go straight into this game because we've got action already. Reaper out on the map and picking off a probe. I'm sorry, I had a couple of issues and got into the game a couple of moments late. So in the bottom left hand corner, the blue Terran player, the final player from APSC2-eStars, it's Botvinnik. In the upper right hand corner, the red Protoss player from eSuba Intel, it's Unique Phaser. Now, I have to remind you guys, this series it's gone 1-0 to eSuba, and then 1-1, and then 2-1 to eSuba, and then 2-2, and then 3-2 to eSuba. So, you know, you'd suggest that eStars and APSC2 may very well even up the series still. You know, that's the way it's been so far, so not all hope gone yet. As this Reaper getting a little bit damage done already. 3 kills here for Botvinnik, kind of walking all over Unique Phaser at the start of this game. There's no Mothership Core out yet, and that's the real problem here. This Reaper can just kite for days until the Mothership Core comes out, and I mean, this Reaper's on the hunt for that probe, which is running away. Mothership Core on the way though, and Reaper thinking twice about staying a bit longer, but he will. And I mean, at the same time, we've actually got a supply depot blocking on the natural. As again, this Reaper just trying to do whatever it can, but I mean, it's so annoying so far, and definitely not what Unique Phaser had planned right now. And I can imagine, you know, Zealot, Stalk, and Mothership Core all having to come out here just, and I mean, it may have even been better to send the Zealot down to attack the depot. But then again, once you do that, I guess the Reaper just starts working away on the Zealot for free. And it's one of them kind of weird scenarios where you can't say exactly what is going to happen. Unique Phaser finally going to be able to get his Nexus down, but guess what's back in the main base? It's a Reaper. Oh, is he going to get anything? He's on low HP right now. He's going to try. He's going to play Ring Around the Rosie with this Stalker. He's going to go out towards the Mothership Core, and that should be a dead Reaper. Oh, he doesn't get a shot off. Ah, where's it going to go? It's going to die, but it finds the Stargate in the meantime. So, great actual scouting in the end for Botvinnik. He finds the Stargate. He knows exactly what's on the way. And 3 barracks right now for Botvinnik. Engineering being added on as well. So he's just going into a very standard TVP. He knows about the Stargate, so he shouldn't be caught too off guard by an Oracle. And just with Robo Facility on the way, it looks as though, you know, all Unique Phaser is planning to do is to, well, is to basically just, you know, get an Oracle out, go straight into the Robo Facility, go into Colossi, and play it out from there. As the Stalker did take a lot of damage from the Marines in the middle of the map. And Marines are continuing to come across the map. There's no phone overcharge actually available on this natural just yet, simply because the natural got put down so late. So this is a little bit weird, and these Marines are going to start working on this expansion. Now surely it shouldn't go down It's going to take a lot of damage. The shields are almost all gone. There's a few seconds left before it finishes up here. He's actually just going to keep going for it. The mothership core is in range, so photon overcharge is going to go down. Is it going to be enough? There's a marauder here as well. He's just going to commit onto the natural expansion. Botfinic may just kill it off right here, and I mean, this would be pretty much game end. And here comes the Oracle as well. Is he going to get it? It's going to be so close. He has to stop turn step. He has to go one last shot, and he gets it. He gets the Nexus. Oh my god, with his last Marauder shot, he kills the natural expansion at 8 minutes into the game. He causes the Oracle to come back across the map. What on earth did we just witness? What an... I mean, Unique Phase is just not comfortable in this sort of scenario, right? Okay, right. There's actually an Oracle over here with 7 kills. When did that happen? Unique Phase is actually double expanding right now as Botfinic kind of just moves around with his army. He should have a turret up in place by now. Okay, so apologies for me. I've missed the Oracle getting a bit of damage done on the main base, but that was just too exciting over there. With one last hit from the Marauder, killed it off. The Marauder lived to see the Nexus die, and then he passed into the next world. Unique Phase is trying to fly around here with this Oracle, trying to do whatever he can, but can't seem to find too much. +1 on the way, combat shields on the way, and now double medevac production is beginning here for our Terran player. Looking as though he wants to just move across this map and end this game fairly soon. These two Oracles can still cause a little bit of a hassle. 2 Nexuses about to finish up here for Unique Phase. I mean, he has no other choice other than to actually double expand. I mean, it's just kind of that far gone in this game. There's one Marine over here still, and he's going to get another probe kill just in case this game's not been insulting enough. He gets another probe kill after all of this. 4 probes killed in total now. And Botfinic is in such a fantastic position. So many people cheering for Botfinic in the chat, and I mean, well, it's going good for you guys in the chat so far. Not so great for eSuba. I'm sure the last thing they want today is this to go to 7 games. I'm pretty sure the last thing they want is to this go to 7 games. I'm pretty sure they just want it to end now. It's amazing how close some of these matches have been. As we do see Botfinic moving across the map here and getting ready to go in towards this Nexus of Unique Phaser once again. Completely unaware actually that this base is up here. I mean, if he knew that would be an instant kill, because I mean, how is his opponent going to get over there? And Botfinic's actually just going to stim. He's going to go for this fight right now. He's splitting and he's going to take down some sentries. The Colossus is actually in a little bit of trouble. Some Zealots warping in though. And this Colossus still continue to take damage. The Colossus nearly going down. You could probably get it if you just lifted up and went into the main. Second Colossus on the way, but this is going to be some more dead workers here. Mothership Core coming in to help out, but actually he doesn't have photon overcharge available. And I don't know if he should really keep trying to go for the Nexus. I think just getting the probes would be a better choice here. I don't think he's got time to go for the Nexus. As he's going to get, some more probes on the way as they try and get through to the other side. This Colossus could be the next target as well. There's 2 Colossus available. He's just going to lift up and boost out. He's not going to go the way of the third base, so Unique Phase are getting away a little bit just here. And, well. He's just getting away, and then Vision coming down right now. A bunch more units already coming through the middle of the map. As Unique Phaser starts to mine on this third base a little bit more, but I mean the damage taken is insane. 24 workers killed now, so 20 workers killed in that last attack. At least he kept his Colossus alive. I mean, that would have been the kind of last thing he would have needed, as this Oracle going to look for another Envision maybe. And he lands it right on top of this Terran army. Terran doesn't look like he cares though. I mean, there's actually just not enough to tank here more than anything. And with a split, he should be able to just take down these units, because there's just not enough. Sentry's starting to go down. The force fields are pretty good, but the Colossi, there's just nothing to tank for them. And with nothing to tank for them, one's going to go down, the second's going to go down, the third is in trouble. And I mean, with all these Colossus falling, it's going to be a pretty simple game. Number 6 for Botfinic. G is called eStars. APSC2 even up the series 3-3, and for the third time today we're going to a 7th game. How close can this get? This whole set of series today have just been so close. It's come down to the ace match 3 times. We've seen some fantastic games. I can't even get over how good they've been and how close it's been and how crazy it's been. The Spanish people are cheering in the chat. Guys, we're going to take a commercial break and it's going to be game number 7. Merry-go-round. And we'll be back very quickly. Have to go to this commercial break. The 7s and all 3 go to the ace match. How absolutely ridiculous, guys! It's game 7 of eSuba versus APSC2-eStar. in the lower right hand corner. If you're tuned for eSuba, now's the time to make some noise in the chat. It's Veriol, the Zerg player in the yellow on Catalina in the upper right, and I get the feeling the chat will go crazy for him. From APSC2-eStars, Botvinnik, the blue Terran player. Guys, go crazy in the chat. Cheer on whoever you want to cheer on. Let's make some noise for the final map of the day. As this Overlord here from Veriol moves around a little bit. And we're going to have a little bit of a slow start here, guys. So, a little bit of a slow start. Let's do some Twitter shoutouts once again. Kerberos, Frankie, Glenn Geenan, and Electro Ninja 0, and Joa Quinito 95, as well as Hade2, all hitting that follow button. Thank you very much, guys. Glad you're enjoying the show. What a show it's been today. Wow, really great series and games and matches all through the day. As we head into the final one, this Reaper coming in here from eStar's Botvinnik, and trying to retreat right now. As these 4 Zerglings, well, they're just going to back off just a little bit, as this Reaper is actually just going to come down to the natural. We won't find anything to do here though, and this Reaper already seen that 100 gas has been mined, and that more gas is still being mined, so maybe something he has to be a little bit wary of in this game. And Reaper slug and turned away. Queen's now out, and of course helping to do, stop the Reaper from doing too much more. 3rd Queen on the way, so 1 Queen to spread creep, 2 to inject for now. As we actually see an extra gas coming in here for Botvinnik, so he's going for basically the 4. He's getting the Marines out. He's going to go into Reactor Hellions in just a moment. Look at that timing. Up, switch, land. 2nd gas generally will mean the Cloak Banshee will be part of this game. There's just the way it kind of works, because what else will you spend that extra gas on? Unless he's just going to go mech very early on, but even if you're going mech, the best way to open is generally to go for the Cloak Banshee as well. So let's see what's going to happen here. As that starboard's on the way. I mean, no tech lab just yet, actually. So maybe it is just going to be a Viking, a medevac or whatever coming out here. As Veriol, he's still just mining with 1 worker on gas, so he's about to get 100. He could go into a fast lair if he wanted to. It could just be he's building up towards his his gas for his upgrades already. We'll see here very soon. As these 2 Hellions actually coming southwards across the map. Going to join up with the Reaper in just a moment or two. 2nd speed finished, so this Reaper's actually going to be saved by the Hellions, or is it? Okay, just in time, gets saved. And this says it's going to be the medevac, so I'm kind of intrigued what this gas is for. Maybe a Cloak Banshee follow-up to this, which is going to be kind of the medevac picking up these Marines and heading across the map, while again dropping in the main base. And again, the idea is that these Hellions are going to try and run in towards the natural at the same time. So definitely possibilities here. Here's the 7 Marines. They're going to lift up. The medevac is going to go. It'll be spotted by this Overlord. I have to imagine he knows the Overlord positioning better than to just let it be spotted immediately. And this medevac's on the way across here. No units just yet for the Veriol, and that doesn't bode well for him at all. Doesn't bode well for him at all. With no units out. Now there's 10 Zerglings on the way, but will that be enough? There's medevac's coming into the main base. Is going to be able to drop right in this little crevice here at the same time. Here come the Hellions. Ooh, they're a little bit too far forward for just a moment, but here now, definitely this time, all these Marines and dropping off, and well, the Zerglings can't do anything on their own, but here come the Hellions at the same time. Veriol in a lot of trouble here. And going to try and take down, losing a few drones. He's actually not losing that many drones at all, as the real problem is in the main base, where this Marine just does not die. This Queen's going to be the next target here. Surely he's going to inject the medevac board backwards so it doesn't take too much more damage. Some more drones going to keep on falling here behind this. More Hellions on the way. The Hellions in the natural have been cleaned up. I think Veriol, Botvinnik should probably keep on chasing, Zerglings, Queens, whatever he can. The more you can get, the better here. As this medevac is going to stay alive for a little bit longer. More Zerglings on the way out. This time they get a little bit of a better surround. I mean, the medevac's still healing, and Veriol just GG's. Botvinnik takes it. And eStar APSC2 will be part of the first division of the SC2 Improved Team League Season 3. Now, a bit of an underwhelming game to finish things off, but I'm sure a lot of guys in the chat are going to be very, very happy, because eStars and APSC2 have done it. They win 4-3. eSuba so tough for them. Maybe next season they'll make it back into that first division. They're a great team, but Maybe just a little bit. Well, I mean, it's so close. I mean, for all of these teams, it's so unfortunate. I mean, we've had 3 teams now today fall kind of like 4-3, like 1 map away from advancing and 1 map away from not. It's so close. And GGs were had by all. eStar, APSC2 move on through into the first division. Guys, what a great day it has been. Still trying to find out here actually if LDLC Ancon is still playing. So try and find that out. So our 3 teams I know for sure which have advanced are Skillforge, APSC2, and Team Extreme Supremacy. It's 3-2 right now between Mouse Control and LDLC. Do we jump in? Do we just jump in for the last game? Maybe. No, that's not bother. There's no point casting just a single game. Right, guys, we're going to take off now then, and I'd just like to thank you all for tuning in. This has been the SC2 Team Qualifier. A big shout out to the teams. All the teams that have qualified today will be seen a lot more of during the season. So yeah, great. I'm sure a lot of you guys will be happy about that, and we'll be going starting the season a week tomorrow, guys. So that's when week 1 does begin. So do make sure to come around, check it out. It should be a bunch of fun. And I mean, if you've enjoyed the show, hit the follow button. If you've really enjoyed the show and want to see more from SC2, you can hit the subscribe button as well. There's a bunch of benefits which I'll be posting in the chat during the outro. You can also check out our Twitter at SC2_improve or Facebook, facebook.com/SC2improve. If you missed any matches from today, they'll be uploaded to youtube.com/SC2improve. And of course, as well, you can check out SC2improve.net, our website. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a great evening, and we'll be running some ads on the outro. If you don't mind sticking around, it does help us out quite a lot. Guys, thanks for watching.